Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Sessions. I am Mike, and today we are talking about something very personal and very common.
Yes, today's topic is this: how to stop feeling embarrassed speaking English.
So many learners feel this way. They know grammar rules well, they know a lot of vocabulary, but the moment they open their mouth to speak, they feel embarrassed.
Their face gets warm, their heart beats faster, their hands might even shake a little. They think everyone is judging my accent right now.
They say, I feel silly when I make a mistake in front of people. They say, I'm scared people will laugh at me. They say, I'd rather stay completely quiet than sound stupid.
If this is you, please know this clearly. This feeling is completely normal. Almost every single English learner experiences this embarrassment at some point in their journey.
And there is a real scientific reason why this embarrassment happens. Let's find out together, step by step.
The first reason is this: your brain connects speaking mistakes with social danger. This might sound strange, but it's actually true.
Thousands of years ago, being judged or rejected by your group could mean real physical danger for early humans. Your brain still carries this old alarm system today.
So when you make a mistake speaking English in public, your brain sends out a warning signal. Danger! People are watching. Be very careful.
This is exactly why your heart races and your face feels warm during these moments. It's not weakness at all. It's simply an old brain reaction happening in a completely new situation.
Once you understand this, you can remind yourself, this is just my old brain alarm. There is no real danger here right now.
The second reason is this: you are comparing your speaking ability to native speakers or to very advanced learners around you.
This comparison is deeply unfair, but it's also extremely common among learners at every level. You compare your beginner speaking to someone who has spoken English fluently for 20 years.
Let's imagine Wei from China. Wei studied English grammar for many years. She understood grammar rules perfectly, honestly better than many native speakers even understand their own rules.
But in work meetings, she stayed completely silent most of the time. She compared her accent to her American colleagues, and she always felt deeply embarrassed inside.
One day, a colleague told her something important during lunch. Nobody here expects you to sound exactly like a native speaker. We just want to understand your ideas clearly.
This single comment changed everything for Wei. She suddenly realized she had been comparing herself to the completely wrong standard for years.
This is the real lesson here. Compare your English today to your own English 1 year ago, not to someone else's 20 years of daily practice.
The third reason is this: you secretly believe that making mistakes means you are not smart or not capable enough.
This belief runs very deep for many learners, often without them even realizing it consciously.
But speaking a second language is genuinely one of the hardest mental tasks a human brain can attempt. Making mistakes has absolutely nothing to do with your intelligence.
In fact, research on language learning shows something interesting. People who speak multiple languages, even with noticeable mistakes, are usually seen as impressive by most listeners, not embarrassing at all.
Let's imagine Tomas from Brazil. Tomas made small grammar mistakes every single day at his job. He said things like, I have go to the store yesterday.
He felt embarrassed every single time this happened, but his coworkers never once laughed at him. In fact, they genuinely respected him for speaking a second language at his job every day.
Tomas later realized something very important. His own embarrassment was much, much bigger inside his head than it ever was in actual reality.
This exact pattern happens to almost everyone learning a language. We imagine a level of judgment that simply isn't there in real life.
The fourth reason is this: you had one bad experience in your past, and your brain remembers that single moment very strongly.
Maybe someone laughed at your pronunciation once years ago. Maybe a teacher corrected you harshly in front of your entire class.
That one single moment made Anna afraid to speak English for the next 10 full years of her life. One memory created 10 years of complete silence.
But here is the truly important truth we need to remember. That old memory does not have to control your future forever. You can create brand new positive speaking experiences starting today.
The fifth reason is this: you focus almost entirely on your mistakes while completely ignoring your actual progress over time.
Many learners remember every single small error they make throughout the day, but they completely forget every single sentence they said correctly and clearly.
This creates a very unfair, distorted picture inside your mind. You feel like you're always failing, when really you are quietly improving little by little every single week.
This imbalance directly feeds your embarrassment. If you only ever see your mistakes, you will always feel embarrassed no matter how much real progress you actually make.
The sixth reason is this. You believe that speaking slowly or pausing to think makes you look less intelligent.
This is another common but incorrect belief. In reality, pausing to think shows that you are processing information carefully, which is actually a sign of thoughtfulness.
Let's imagine Yusuf from Egypt. Yusuf always paused for 2 or 3 seconds before answering questions in English.
He felt embarrassed about these small pauses, but his manager once told him, "I actually like that you think before you speak. It shows me you're being thoughtful, not careless."
This completely changed how Yusuf saw his own pauses. He stopped seeing them as weakness and started seeing them as simply part of his natural speaking style.
So these are the 6 real reasons behind English-speaking embarrassment: your brain's old danger alarm, unfair comparison to others, believing mistakes equal low intelligence, one painful past memory, focusing only on errors, and misunderstanding the value of pausing.
Now that we understand why this embarrassment happens so deeply, let's talk about exactly how to fix it, step by step.
The first step is this: reframe every mistake as proof that you are trying, not as proof that you are failing.
Every single time you make a mistake speaking English, you can say to yourself, this mistake means I am actively practicing. This is real progress, not failure.
This small mental shift genuinely changes how your brain reacts to errors over time. Instead of feeling shame, you start feeling quiet pride in your own effort.
The second step is this. Practice speaking in low-pressure situations first before moving to higher-pressure situations.
Do not start by speaking in front of a large group of people. Start by speaking completely alone, in your room, out loud, with no one listening.
Then practice with one supportive, understanding friend. Then move to a small, comfortable group. Slowly build up your comfort level one small step at a time.
Let's imagine Fatima from Morocco. Fatima felt deeply embarrassed speaking in her English class of 30 students every single time she was called on.
So instead, she started speaking English completely alone at home, describing her day out loud every single evening before bed.
After a few weeks of this private practice, she felt comfortable enough to practice speaking with one close friend over a video call.
Then, slowly, she moved to practicing with a small study group of 3 people. By the time she finally spoke confidently in her full class, she had already practiced hundreds of times privately.
Her embarrassment in the big classroom was much, much smaller by then because she had already built her confidence gradually, step by step, in private.
This is smart, strategic training. Build your confidence privately first, then slowly bring it into more public, higher-pressure situations.
The fourth step is this: use a simple recovery phrase to bounce back quickly from mistakes instead of stopping completely and going silent.
For example, you can simply say, "Sorry, let me say that again." Or, "What I actually mean is," then just continue speaking naturally.
This shows genuine confidence, not weakness at all. It clearly tells the listener, I noticed my own mistake and I'm simply moving forward anyway.
The fifth step is this. Focus your energy on clear communication, not on perfection. Your real goal is to be understood, not to sound exactly like a native speaker.
Ask yourself honestly, did the other person understand my core message? If the answer is yes, your English worked well, even with a few small mistakes included.
Perfection was never really the true goal here in the first place. Clear communication is the real goal, and that is a much more achievable target.
The sixth step is this: celebrate small speaking wins every single day, no matter how small or simple they might feel to you.
Did you order your coffee in English today without thinking too much? That's a genuine win. Did you answer one single question in a meeting today? That's a win too.
Write these small wins down somewhere, even in a simple notebook. Over time, this creates real proof that you are capable, brave, and steadily improving.
The seventh step is this. Talk to yourself kindly in the exact same way you would speak to a good, supportive friend.
If your close friend made a small English mistake while speaking, would you laugh at them harshly? Probably not at all. You would naturally encourage them instead.
So please give yourself that exact same kindness and patience. Say to yourself, it's okay, I'm still learning. I'm getting a little better every single day.
The eighth step is this. Prepare a few simple phrases in advance for situations that usually make you nervous.
For example, before a meeting or a social event, prepare simple sentences like, nice to meet you, or that's an interesting point, in advance. Having a few ready phrases reduces the pressure of thinking everything up on the spot, which naturally lowers embarrassment in the moment.
The ninth step is this. Surround yourself, when possible, with patient, supportive people while you practice speaking.
Not everyone needs to hear your early speaking attempts. Choose a few kind, patient people first who make you feel safe to make mistakes.
This safe environment builds your foundation of confidence before you eventually speak in front of stricter or less patient audiences. Now, let's practice some useful sentences together, out loud right now.
Mistakes mean I am trying, not that I am failing.
I am comparing myself to my past self, not to a native speaker.
Most people are not judging me nearly as much as I think they are.
My goal is clear communication, not perfect grammar.
I celebrate every small speaking win, no matter how tiny it feels.
Pausing to think shows thoughtfulness, not weakness.
Now, let's summarize the main ideas from today's full episode.
First, embarrassment comes from your brain's very old danger alarm system, not from any personal weakness.
Second, stop comparing yourself unfairly to native speakers. Compare yourself only to your own past progress instead.
Third, mistakes have absolutely nothing to do with intelligence. They are simply a natural part of learning any difficult new skill.
Fourth, old painful memories do not have to control your future speaking forever. You can build new, positive experiences starting today.
Fifth, focus on your real progress, not only on your mistakes, to build a fairer, kinder picture of yourself over time.
Sixth, practice speaking in low-pressure situations first, then slowly build up to bigger, more public conversations.
Seventh, remember the spotlight effect clearly. Most people are far less focused on your mistakes than you personally imagine.
Eighth, prepare a few simple phrases in advance for stressful situations to reduce pressure in the moment.
Ninth, surround yourself with patient, supportive people while you build your early speaking confidence.
And finally, be kind to yourself in the exact same way you would be kind to a good friend learning something new and difficult.
Embarrassment is simply a feeling, not a fact. It does not mean you are bad at English. It simply means you are human and you are genuinely trying.
So after this video, try one small exercise. Speak one full sentence out loud today, even if you feel nervous, and celebrate that you actually did it.
This is your very first step towards feeling less embarrassed and much more confident every single time you speak English.
Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, even with small, brave steps forward.
And remember, every single time you speak despite feeling embarrassed, you are becoming a little stronger and more confident.
See you in the next video.